let's then move on to our next guest. She is at the forefront of innovation for compressors. And believe it or not, compressors are something that we use more than you think on a day-to-day basis. So evidently, the greener and smarter the compressor, the greener we live our lives. So please welcome on stage Team Lead Engineering at Atlas Copco, Karen Marien.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Perfect, thank you. So, hello, I'm Karen Marien from Atlas Copco, and I'm going to take you through the journey of a sustainable future. So, who am I? Actually, I graduated 12 years ago as a materials engineer from the University of Ghent, and then I immediately started in Atlas Copco as a materials advisor. Afterwards, I went a bit deeper into research and development to focus myself on innovations, but I wanted to make a bit more impact. So then I said, okay, I will go into project management, and I became a global project lead in product development for screw compressors. But I thought, is this it? I want to do something more as well. And then I started a few years ago as team lead engineering of smart compressors, where we focus on digital as a future. Now, Atlas Copco, actually, it's present everywhere in your life. From the beer you drink here at the bar, or maybe later at our stand, but also when you drive your car, probably a part of it has been made by Atlas Copco, or an Atlas Copco compressor or tool. But also when you're sick or you have to go to the hospital, there we play a role. So actually everywhere, we're part of your everyday life. From the moment you get up, you take your phone, it's made by Atlas Copco. When you want to get groceries or you want to grab a food, your food is there by Atlas Copco. You have to go to the hospital or you need healthcare, also there. You probably find some compressors from Atlas Copco. Just to say, we are everywhere. But it also means we have a huge impact on consumption, especially energy consumption, because we're everywhere. So that's also what I'm going to talk about today, how to make it more sustainable. How can we do it better together? Now, Atlas Copco is a big Swedish group, and actually this year we celebrate our 150 years of existence. Because it's such a big group, we actually are divided in 4 big business areas. We have a business area who makes compressors, where I'm part of. Also vacuum pumps, which, for example, is being used for your cell phones or screens or chip development. The tools you have from Industrial Technique, and also the yellow compressors where you see in the back at our stand, they're also made in a different business area. But let's talk today about sustainable compressors, because that's also what I'm working on. Now, what exactly is a sustainable compressor? Why is it sustainable? One of the most important things actually is a variable speed drive technology. And what's that about? This will be told in this movie.
Question: what is a VSD compressor? Most operations that use compressed air have a fluctuating air demand. But traditional fixed-speed compressors can't follow this changing demand. They can only run at full speed, and that wastes a lot of energy. Variable speed drive compressors automatically adjust their operating speed to the changes in compressed air demand, generating double-digit energy savings for their owners. But VSDs are more than a super efficient compressor. They are a different type of compressor. They come with a dedicated high-tech drivetrain powered by an intelligent interior permanent magnet motor. This innovative VSD technology significantly lowers the total cost of owning a compressor. After all, energy expenses make up the vast majority of the cost of air generation. In addition, the VSD efficiency also means lower carbon emissions for a more sustainable production.
right. So the VSD compressor is the most sustainable compressor of all. And how do we know? Well, again, we have a fact that if we sum up all VSD compressors we once manufactured and people are using them, consuming them, then actually we already have saved so much energy as the annual consumption of all households in Paris. So yeah, it's quite sustainable actually. But VSD technology is not that new. We actually already started with it in the 90s. So in the 90s, we made our first VSD compressor. And over the years, we thought, we can do it better. Let's do it better. So then we made a new generation 10 to 12 years ago, which is our VSD Plus technology, which again saved more than 20% energy than the former original VSD. And lately, this year and also previous year, we made an even new generation, which is called the VSDS. And if we compare it with a general fixed speed compressor, the one which is shown in the movie, which goes on and off, it even saves up to 60% energy or more, which has a huge impact on the overall energy consumption. So why is it actually called a VSDS? A VSDS, it's called because it's a smart compressor. It has the latest technologies in which actually we need them to make it more sustainable. It means if you save energy, you also save some money. But we didn't want to cut down performance, so also efficiency is quite important. Our customers, which is actually your supplier, because you will consume the products they make, they need to still have a good performance. And that's all what this VSDS is about. Making it smart, making it sustainable, making it better. How does this product actually look like? Well, there are some new features we added. There is the drivetrain, the inverter, some additional valves and drains, also a touch controller and a smart link. But let's start with the first one, with the drive technology. So this new drivetrain is actually made in-house. It's in-house developed. This drivetrain is the heart of the compressor. That's the one which makes the compressed air. And it's also the one which will provide the compressed air in the end. Next to this one, we also have a state-of-the-art in-house developed inverter. You know the inverters from solar panels in your house or from some batteries you have installed in your house? Well, this inverter, we didn't find anyone on the market, so we thought, okay, let's try it ourselves, let's make it better. And indeed, it's one of the most efficient inverters, and also it has integrated functions. Next to that, we also have our control valve. And this control valve, it makes sure that the oil temperature is stable. And why is this necessary? It's necessary because the higher the temperature, the less efficient your machine. So if we can make this smart, if we can keep it under control, it will make it a lot more sustainable and again, more energy efficient. If we then go to the drain, a drain is just a drain, you would think. It will take the water from the air, and once it's full, it will flush. Yeah, true, but if you make it smarter, if you add some software, it will also increase the efficiency. If you make it smarter, you will make sure that if there's something wrong with the drain or when it needs maintenance, that the drain tells it to the controller, which I come back to later, and then it will make sure that there is no downtime, that your compressor stays energy efficient. I talked about the heart of the compressor. Well, the controller is actually the brain. So the controller will make sure that all items which are connected in the compressor, all parts which need a certain actuation, that they also get the commands. Also this one, both software and hardware are in-house developed to make it the most energy efficient ever. And of course, you have your compressor now, it's built together, but you still need to use it. So user experience is also very important. And that's why lately we also invested a lot of energy and time in our R&D in SmartLink. And SmartLink is our data acquisition system, our customer platform, which also makes sure that the customer knows what his compressor is doing and how. So, if we look at SmartLink, why do we have SmartLink? Well, you can imagine everything in the world, a smartphone, a smartwatch, they all have a certain thing in common. They are connected. They are connected through a Wi-Fi or wireless system. And that's also what we thought, for our compressors, if we want to make them smarter, we really need to connect them. So this is also something which SmartLink does. And if we then look at, all right, how is it with the connectivity in Atlas Copco? Then I can show you this nice animation. It's not about a new virus popping up or some food poisoning or whatever. Actually, this animation shows during the time frame how much compressors are now connected today. And if we look at the global or the overall quantity, then more than 200,000 compressors all over the world are connected today. More than 200,000. And of these 200,000, our customers can check the data, they can monitor their compressor, and also from our side, we can see how energy efficient is our compressor now. How sustainable are we? Are we doing it well? Do we need to change something? And this is important data we can use. So this connectivity, which is evident in your smartphone or your smartwatch, for us it was something new. But over the years, we have made ourselves pros. And this connectivity and these data results, we use them also for our customers. So if you have an Atlas Copco compressor at home, you can get this SmartLink together with it. And it will show you how your compressor is performing. It's showing you what kind of energy you use, how efficient it is. It also shows your entire factory. How is your airflow? How is it going? Is there anything going wrong? And it also shows your sustainability. How much do I perform? How efficient is it? How much CO2 do I save in a day? And how much money do I save in the end? That's all what it's about. And these things can really help a customer gain insights also about his or her compressor. So what is now the next step? What will we do in the near future? So I showed you a bit our heritage about the VSD. I showed you our new product, VSDS. But in Atlas Copco we have a saying, there's always a better way. So when we look into a general standard of what is smart actually, it starts with like level 0, digital. You have a compressor and it operates. It goes on, it goes off, and it has a certain software. But then if you add the feature connected, it becomes a little bit smarter, a little bit more sustainable. It will have control, monitoring, and it will also exchange some information like you have seen now with SmartLink. But then we went a bit further. Okay, what if we make it smart and responsive? What if our customer changes anything? Or what if I sense a certain temperature? And that is when it becomes interesting. Then we can really say, okay, let's tune the performance, let's tune our sustainability, let's make it customized so that no one solution fits all, but a custom solution fits best. That's where we are today. And we want to go further, a lot further. So we want to go to the next level intelligence. We want our compressors to be smart, to learn, to know how they have to react, to self-manage, like, hey, there's something wrong here, and I alert. We want it to be proactive. We want it to know that if less air or less energy is needed, it will foresee it that way. And that's where we want to go to in the next few years. and our team is very ambitious to do so. So why do we want to make it smart? For us, we don't want to make it smart because it's smart. We want to make it smart because we have a huge impact on energy consumption. Every small step we save has a huge impact on the environment. And that's what it's all about for us. We really want to make it more sustainable. So Atlas Copco for us is sustainability. Nothing more and nothing less. Thanks a lot for your attention. If you still have some questions, you can always come to me or my colleagues at the stand with the yellow compressor. You cannot miss it. And then I wish you a lovely evening.
Thank you, Karen, for being here on stage with us tonight. Before I let you go back to the booth of Atlas Copco, I have one question for you.
Sure.
So, the world of engineering and tech is mainly still a male-dominated industry. Do you have any tips for our future female engineers here among us on how they can stand their ground as a women in tech?
Well, I still see it today also in Atlas Copco that sometimes in big meetings I'm the only female, and then it's something I gotta say you get used to it, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't get used to it. What I would give as a tip is if you have a heart for engineering, just do it. And especially in Atlas Copco, I have gotten so many opportunities. I started in material science, I went to project management, and now I have a team leader position in digitalization, which wasn't even my background. And I got these opportunities because I wanted them. And that's really what it's about, and what I definitely would give as a tip, go for it. If you have a heart for it, just do it.
Really pursue your dreams, I hear. It's really great seeing you in such a nice position. I'm sure it's a great example for many people here in the audience. Once again, thank you very much for being here on stage with us tonight. I heard there are a lot of nice things to win also at the Atlas Copco booth.
True, true, indeed. So if you go along with our oil filter change challenge, you can win a nice prize.
So if you have any more questions for Karen, I would say go find her at the Atlas Copco booth. Yeah. Thank you once more. I wish you a lot of luck with your future research, and let's meet at the Atlas Copco booth later.
Thank you. Thank you to the organization.
You're very welcome.